Today we will be talking about Disney's bizarre feud with the state of Florida. This entire spat began after the governor of Florida introduced new legislation in the state. Disney said it opposed the new Parental Rights in Education Act, which many will know as the Don't Say Gay law. One of the more controversial parts of this new law says Florida public schools are banned from discussing gender identity and sexual orientations with children.
It is wrong for a teacher to be telling a young student that they may have been born in the wrong body or that their gender is a choice. We don't allow this in our schools, and we don't now in Florida, we've banned teachers from forcing students to choose pronouns. Some of these schools around the country, they want a second grader to choose pronouns. We are not competing in the pronoun sweepstakes in the state of Florida.
Initially, Disney didn't respond to the bill at all. However, Disney CEO at the time, Bob Chapek, faced backlash from many employees and Disney fans over his neutral stance over the bill. This forced Bob Chapek to release a memo saying it was better to inspire people through the content and movies Disney made. Bob Chapek faced even more backlash as people saw this as an attempt to sidestep the issue. The LGBT community felt Disney had failed to take a stand for them. In the end, Bob Chapek backed into a corner, put out a statement on Disney's support for the LGBT community. Thank you to all who reached out to me, sharing your pain over the company's response to the Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. You have helped me better understand how painful our silence was. It is clear this is not just an issue about the bill in Florida, but is instead a challenge to basic human rights. You needed me to be a stronger ally for the fight for equal rights, and I let you down. I am sorry. Starting immediately, we will increase our support for advocacy groups, combat similar legislation in other states. And today, we are pausing all political donations to the state of Florida. I will be an outspoken champion for the protections, visibility, and the opportunities you deserve. The transgender community and Disney employees were finally appeased after Disney released this statement. Florida's governor, on the other hand, was not happy at all. Ron Desantis called Disney woke. He signed a bill that would take away Disney's self-governing status for Reedy Creek Improvement District, which houses Disney's Orlando theme parks. This is bad for Disney. That special Reedy Creek district allowed Disney to give itself permissions for construction and planning on its property, and even impose taxes to pay for its own electricity generation, firefighters, and medical services. Through this deal with the government, Disney was able to save millions of dollars in fees and taxes. Without the special deal, Florida taxpayers would also suffer. They would be forced to pay for fire, police, and road maintenance services in Disney theme parks. In the end, Disney was allowed to keep the special district to stop things from getting worse. But Ron DeSantis wasn't done. If he couldn't take away Disney's special tax district, he decided he would take control of the board that oversees the Reedy Creek district.
There's a new sheriff in town. We've taken away their self-governing status. There's a lot of little back and forth going on now with the state taking control, but rest assured, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Disney lost control of its ability to appoint members to the board. Instead, Ron DeSantis would be the one to appoint his own members to the Reedy Creek board. Without anyone on Disney's side sitting on the board, Ron DeSantis had full control over Disney's special district, or so he thought. Disney's army of lawyers managed to push through a new agreement that would not only limit the new board's power, but also gave Disney control over any future planning or building rights. Any usage of Disney characters by the new district's board would also be banned. This means Disney gets to keep their self-governing status in Florida at least until 21 years after the death of the last survivor of the descendants of King Charles III, King of England. Disney's cheeky lawyers basically guaranteed that Disney would govern its own land for up to 100 years, up to forever, as long as any of the British princes, William or Harry or any of their children, stay alive. Ron DeSantis' board board basically lost all power to govern Disney theme parks in Florida. This was not the end of Ron DeSantis' plan to make Disney suffer. Disney CEO at the time, Bob Chapek, would not have a chance to fix the worsening situation, as he was forced to step down after failing to make money for Disney. There were also other problems like his mismanagement of corporate culture and public missteps, which included his handling of the Don't Say Gay bill. Disney's new CEO, Bob Iger, who returned to the company after retirement, immediately decided to fight Ron DeSantis. He accused the Florida governor of being anti-Florida. They filed a lawsuit against Governor DeSantis. Disney claimed Ron DeSantis was abusing his power and the power of his government office to retaliate against Disney's free speech rights. Disney claims DeSantis is threatening Disney's business operations and they've violated Disney's constitutional rights. Governor DeSantis, angered by Disney's retaliation, signed a bill that allows the Reedy Creek board to void and cancel any development agreements Disney has already signed up to 3 months before its creation. This bill would block Disney's real estate developments. Disney was forced to cancel its plans to build a $1 billion campus in Florida. The plan would have relocated its 2,000 employees to Orlando. Disney's court battle against DeSantis is still uncertain, especially after Governor DeSantis managed to disqualify a judge by pure stroke of luck. Apparently, the judge Ellen Mark Walker realized he had a relative who owned stock in Disney and stepped back from the case, citing a conflict of interest. Judges are meant to be impartial, so choosing not to pass judgment on the accused whenever a conflict of interest appears is just the right thing to do. The case has been given to Judge Alan C. Windsor, who might be more favorable to DeSantis and unfavorable to Disney. So why is Ron DeSantis, a governor of Florida, going so far to fight Disney? According to Republican experts on a political spectrum, Ron DeSantis could be using his culture war with Disney to drum up support for his election at the 2024 Republican presidential primaries, which, if DeSantis wins the election for his state, it will mean becoming one of the Republican Party's nominees, aiding DeSantis on his path to become the president of the United States. The plan to use Disney as a PR move could backfire for Ron DeSantis. He's basically accusing Disney, one of the most family-friendly brands in existence, as perverts looking to sexualize children. Quite a few Republicans have openly spoken out against what the Florida governor has done. The former governor of the New Jersey state, Chris Christie, criticized DeSantis, accusing him of punishing a corporation because of the disagreement, which goes against their Republican principles. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's much appreciated.